Hi and welcome to this 30-minute practice. So this is a feel-good flow and we're going to start sitting and taking some time to connect to the breath. So you just find a comfortable seat, have the hands resting somewhere on your thighs so that they don't drag the shoulders forward. The elbows can sort of dangle underneath the armpits, and take a tall seat, rooting the sitting bones down into the ground, rising up along the front of the spine, up to the crown of the head. And then just let the shoulders soften down away from the ears. Broaden the collarbones. And now turn your attention towards your breath. And there's no need to breathe in any special way, just as you were. Just tuning into the natural flow of the breath and resting in that. Notice if your breath has its own rhythm. Notice if your body is moving as you breathe. What's happening? And now just take 3 conscious breaths. Just being fully aware of the next 3 breaths that you are breathing. Just simply being aware of the breath. And at the end of your 3rd exhale, gently blink your eyes open, taking your awareness back into the room. And we're going to start by opening out the arms. So we're going to reach the right arm out to the right and reach up and out. So imagine that that right arm is like a wing and you're spreading that wing. And then bring the right hand back down to the thigh and we'll open out the other arm like a wing. Curling back a little bit perhaps, if that feels natural for you in your body. And then place the hand to the ground. Let's do that a couple more times. So with the inhale, you're lifting and reaching and curling back. And then with the exhale, you bring the hand back down to the thigh. Just a gentle, subtle movement to start opening up across the heart, getting the circulation flowing around the upper body. We'll just do one more on each side. At the inhale, reach the arm up. And then the exhale, bring it back. Great. So let's bring the left hand to the right knee and we'll take the right fingertips to rest behind you. And take an inhale to sit really tall through the spine. And as you exhale, we'll twist towards the right. You're twisting from the belly. So the movement starts in the lower belly. And it sort of spirals all the way up the spine, around the spine up to the crown of the head. So you don't need to really pull too much with that left hand, and turn to look over the right shoulder. And if you're stiff in your neck, as lots of people are, it can be nice to turn the head a few times, especially at the beginning of practice when we're just warming up. And then let's unwind and we'll go to the other side. So we'll bring the right hand to the left knee, the left fingertips will rest behind you, and then we'll twist towards the left. So turning from the lower belly, then the ribs, and then the chest, turning to gaze over the left shoulder this time. And again, that movement is sort of coiling up the spine, so it starts right in the pit of the belly, and it spirals up to the crown of the head. You could even imagine the movement going past the crown of the head, and that can help you just to feel it more of a sense of space in the pose. And then unwind. Okay. So we're going to come up to all fours. If you're sitting on a block, then put that to one side. And have the toes tucked under, and then come back to sit on the heels. And slide the arms forward. Stay on fingertips. If it's painful to be on fingertips, then just have the hands flat, that's fine. Otherwise, Lift the palms of the hands, lift the forearms, lift the inner armpits, and then just let the breastbone become heavy. So the breastbone is heavy and weighty, and then the shoulder blades are light. So imagine there's some helium in your shoulder blades and they're lifting up towards the sky. And you can just let the neck relax here. And this is sort of like down dog. This is a mini down dog. And we're going up into full down dog in a moment. So take one more breath here. And then press down with the knees. Come back towards all fours, bringing the palms of the hands to the ground and spreading the fingers wide. And then we'll keep the toes tucked under and sink the hands down into the ground so that the knees and the hips start to lift up. And just walk the feet back until you are in a sort of upside down V shape into down dog. And you're really using your thigh muscles. So if you take a stance that's a bit too short for you, you'll end up hanging out here and not really using your muscles at all. So take a nice long stance so that you can feel the arm muscles engage, you can feel the thigh muscles engage. And then just let the chest sink back towards the thighs. Let's pedal the feet a few times here. So we'll bend one knee and then bend the other knee, lengthening out along the backs of the thighs, the backs of the calves, the Achilles tendons. We're getting lots of length, lots of hydration here. And then bring the knees to the ground. Lower yourself down to your belly. So bend the elbows. Keep the biceps close to the ribs and take the chest forward. Okay, so you can come down chest first, or at any point when you need to, you can bring your pelvis down and then roll towards the ground. If you're able to, then bring the middle of the breastbone to the ground and the chin to the ground. And then sweep forward and up, cobra pose. Roll the shoulders back. Just a mini cobra here, keeping lots of length in the back of the neck. And then unfold. Let's come all the way back into down dog. So we're back in down dog. Let's do a variation here. We're going to step the feet together and then raise the right leg up towards the sky. And then roll the right hip back so the pelvis turns towards the right. The right femur bone lifts up away from the left femur bone. And then we're going to bend that right knee, only if it feels comfortable. And then look underneath the right shoulder, underneath the right armpit. So the rib cage is sort of spinning up underneath that right armpit. And then we're going to swing that right foot all the way up to the top of the mat. And bring your back knee down to the ground. Take a moment here to get really heavy in the pelvis and the legs, so the lower body earths down, and then climb up onto the front knee. Lift the belly up out of the pelvis, and now reach the arms up. And Janayasana. Let's bring the hands behind the head. So we're going to interlace the fingers and cup the back of the head with the hands. Bring the elbows forward as if they're going to touch in front of your forehead. And now press your head back into your hands and lift your elbows up. And start to gently curl back. And here, if you want to deepen the stretch in the hips, you can sort of drop the pelvis a little bit more towards that front heel. And then release the arms. And place the hands either side of the right foot. And we'll step back again into down dog. Take a breath here. Close your eyes if you wish to. Soften your face. Step the feet a little bit closer and then raise the left leg. Same thing, left side. So we're going to roll the left hip back so the pelvis turns towards the left. Lift the left femur bone. Bend the left knee and then spin the rib cage up underneath that left armpit. Don't forget to breathe. Lovely. And then we're going to sweep that left foot forward all the way up to the top. Bring the back knee to the ground and then climb up onto the front knee. Good. Press the hands down into the front thigh. Lift the belly up out of the pelvis and then sweep the arms up. Curl back. Interlace the fingers the other way, so the other index finger sits on top and it feels a bit weird. Cup the back of the head. And then bring the elbows towards each other. Press the head back into the hands. Lift the elbows and curl back. So you're pressing your hands into your head and your head into your hands, creating some resistance there. And then lift the roof of the mouth up away from the pelvic floor. Reach the arms up. One breath here. And then place the hands to the ground. Let's step the right foot forward to meet the left. Fold into a standing forward bend. So you might have the hands on the ground here if you're a bit more flexible, or you might have your hands resting somewhere on your legs. I'm going to take an inhale to look forward halfway. So you'll either be on fingertips or you'll press the hands into the shins. And then as you exhale, fold in. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, fold in. Inhale. And then exhale. Hold on to opposite elbows. Just let the forearms hang to the ground. Let the head hang. Gently turn the head from side to side. If it feels good here, sway the upper body from side to side. Really nice release for the lower back, the side waist, the intercostal muscles in between the ribs. It's a passive stretch for the shoulders. And you're taking the weight of your head off your spine, so you'll probably be a bit taller after doing this, as the spine gets the chance to lengthen. And then bring the hands to the hips, wing the elbows back, lift the chest forward, come all the way up to standing. Bring the hands to the heart. Samastitihi, our pose of equilibrium. So just pressing evenly with the right and the left hand, the right and the left foot. Feeling the circumference of the thigh just lightly toning, surrounding the femur bones. Lift the shoulders and then draw the collarbones back. And then just let the shoulder blades pour down the back. Take a full exhale here. And then as you inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up and curl back. We'll exhale to fold forward. Inhaling, look forward halfway. And then exhale, come all the way back to plank or half plank. Bring the knees to the ground, untuck the toes, and then come forward and down. Knees, chest and chin. And then we're going to come forward and up into cobra pose. Soft shoulders. And then tucking the toes, press all the way back into down dog. Take an inhale to raise your right leg up towards the sky. And then exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Okay, let's steady yourselves with the hands on the hips first. Turn the pelvis to look towards the top of the mat. And now reach the arms up. Crescent pose, curl back. Reach for the sky. The whole body is reaching for something here, not just the arms. One more breath. And then place the hands to the ground. Step the left foot forward. Look forward halfway. Exhale to fold in, and then with the inhale we'll come all the way up again. So rising up to standing, moving with the breath, bringing the hands through the midline of the body to rest at the heart. Let's do the other side. So sweeping the arms up, reach high. And exhale, empty the breath, fold in. Inhale, look forward. Let's come all the way back to plank. Slowly lower. Rising up cobra or upward facing dog. Unfold all the way back into down dog. And now from here we're going to inhale, raise the left leg up towards the sky, and then exhale, step the left foot forward. Steady the legs, press the feet down so you can rise up and then sweep the arms up, curl back. So the tailbone lengthens down. We're going to try and straighten the back leg. The tailbone lengthens down, and then the roof of the mouth, the crown of the head, lift up. Lift the gaze. One more breath. And release down. Place the hands either side of that left foot, and we'll step the right foot forward to meet the left. Look forward halfway. Exhale, fold in. Bring the hands to the hips and wing the elbows back. Okay, next stage is to hold on to opposite forearms. Next stage is to interlace the fingers and lift the knuckles towards the sky. So you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the knuckles, and they're going to lift up and come up and over. So you're making a big arc with the arms. Sweeping out in between the shoulder blades. It's like cleaning house. And then inhale, come all the way up. Coming up to standing, and then release the arms to the sides. So let's take a wide stance. I'm going to turn the right toes out, turn the left toes in. I'll mirror you. So your left foot will be lined up to the back of the mat, and then we're going to take a deep bend in the right knee. So that right knee is bending towards 90 degrees, and we'll have the pelvis looking towards the long side of the mat. And now open the arms wide and turn the palms up towards the sky. Lift and broaden the collarbones, and then we're going to turn to look past the middle finger of that right hand. Bring the breath into the front and the back of the chest. Keep the eyes soft but alert. Bring your left hand to the back of the left thigh, and then imagine you're throwing a ball up and over with that right hand. Reverse warrior. A little back bend, so the tail's moving down, the roof of the mouth is lifting up. As you curl back. And then coming back to warrior two just for a breath. We'll bring the right leg back to straight and then release the arms. So let's go to the other side. So we'll turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out. Just check your feet, making sure that your feet support a healthy posture. So whatever's going on in your feet is going to affect the rest of the body. So we'll have the outer edge of that right foot lined up to the back of the mat. If your hips feel a bit stuck here, if they feel a bit jammed up, then you can walk that left foot over to the left more. Take a deep bend in the left knee. Turn the pelvis so it's square towards the long side of the mat, and then open the arms wide, turning the palms up. So the pinky finger side of the hand lifts up and the arms turn out so that the chest can lift and open. And then we'll turn to gaze over the middle finger of that left hand. Soft eyes. Soft shoulders. Bring the right hand to the back of the thigh. Throw that ball up and over with the left hand. Curl back, reverse warrior. Keeping a really deep bend in the left knee. Easy, steady breath. And then coming back to warrior two. Bring the left leg back to straight, and then just release the arms to the sides. So we're going to stay in a wide stance, but turn the toes out. So the toes are looking at sort of 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Bend the knees. Bring your hands to your outer thighs and press your thighs into your hands. So you'll feel these outer thigh muscles switching on. Bring the arms into cactus arms, so the palms are spread wide. And actually reach. You'll be able to feel the pectoral muscles engaging. The pectoral muscles are kind of pressing away from each other across the chest to open across the front of the chest. And maybe you can go a little bit deeper here. Let's see. Let's do one more breath. Out through the mouth. And then we'll bring the legs back to straight and release the arms. So we'll heel toe the feet back together. Coming to stand in Tadasana, or mountain pose, so planting the feet really firmly down into the ground. And then pour the weight into your left foot. Come onto the ball of the right foot and rest the sole of the right foot on the inner ankle. And then the next stage here is to bring the foot to rest on the inner calf. The inner edge of that left foot is strong to the ground, like a razor's edge. If you want to go further here, if you're a bit more practiced, you can have the sole of the foot on the inner thigh. Avoid placing the foot on the knee, even if it feels like the most convenient place. You don't want to be putting any pressure on the knee joint, so either the thigh or the calf. Soft eyes. And then release down. Lovely. Side two. So pour the weight into the right foot. Come onto the ball of the left foot. So the sole of the foot rests on the inner ankle. And then perhaps the calf. And then perhaps the back of the inner thigh. If you're feeling confident, reach the arms up. If the shoulders are tight, you might find with the arms sort of shoulder width apart that the shoulders feel a bit bunched up and tight, so just take the arms wider. Do what feels good. So your pose might not look like mine, that's okay. Your body's different, so do something that's right for you. And then release down. Okay, good. So let's take a step up to the top of the mat. Bring the hands to the heart. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, dive up and over. Come into your forward bend. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, either jump or step into down dog. And then bring the knees to the ground. Come and sit back onto the heels. And then swing the legs out in front. Step your right foot to the outside of your left knee. Come and sit up on a block if that helps you to sit taller. We'll bring the right hand to the left hand to the right knee. The right fingertips to rest behind you. Take an inhale to sit tall. And then twist on your exhale, and then if you're a bit more flexible here, you could tuck the knee into the crook of the arm. Inhaling to sit tall. As you exhale, twisting towards the right. It's really letting the breath guide you into the pose. Don't let your mind guide you into the pose, because the mind is just going to want to sort of crank you up as far as you'll go. Whereas the breath is a little bit more kind, a bit more intelligent, a bit more adept at working in harmony with the body. And then unwind. Let's do side two. So release the right leg. We'll bring the left foot to sit just next to the right knee. Hold onto the left knee with the right hand. Place the left fingertips behind you. And then inhale, sit tall. And then exhale to twist. Maybe catch the knee and the crook of the arm. Just keep moving with the breath. Inhaling and then surrendering, softening into the twist with the exhale. There's a natural softness, a natural weight to the exhale. See if you can find it. And then unwind. Coming back to center. Let's come to lie on the back. So we'll tuck the knees close in towards the hips, rest the arms at the sides. Position the feet so that the outer edges of the feet are parallel. And then sink the feet down into the ground. So just imagine your feet are really heavy and they're sinking down so much that your pelvis then starts to lift up. So the pelvis lifts up because the feet are sinking down. They're reaching down into the ground. You're coming all the way up into bridge pose. You can start to lift the breastbone. Maybe tuck the shoulder blades underneath to get a little bit more height in the breastbone and in the middle back. Inhale into the breastbone and then exhale down the front of the body to the tops of the knees, lengthening along the front of the body. And then release all the way down. Rest the hips onto the ground. And draw the knees into the chest. So here, if you're used to doing yoga and you have a fairly already skillful practice, then you can come up into shoulder stand if that's in your practice. If you haven't done shoulder stand before, then you're going to do candlestick pose with me. And this is also for those who just don't feel like going upside down today. So candlestick pose, you're going to keep the hips on the ground. You're going to have your ankles above your hips. And then we're going to relax the feet so that the venous blood can easily drain back to the heart. A little sort of half inversion this. It's very valuable. Gives the heart a bit of a break. Gravity can help the blood drain back to the heart so the heart doesn't have to work so hard for a moment to pump the blood all the way up the legs. And let's just move the ankles a bit here. A bit of TLC for the ankle joints. So we'll point and flex and then we'll do a couple of circles around one way, a couple of circles around the other way. Great. And then reach the arms up towards the sky. If you're in shoulder standing, come down now and join us for this one. This is dead bug pose. Have a really good shake. Let the muscles go all wobbly. And then bring the feet to the ground, take the arms wide. And we're going to drop both knees down to one side, turning to gaze over the right shoulder. Breathe here. And then bring the knees back to center, and then we'll drop the knees to the right, turning to gaze over the left shoulder. Breathing here. Bring the knees back to center. You can either come and take a meditation seat for this last part of our practice, or you can come into Shavasana, so straightening the legs out in front, and then just let the toes roll out to the sides. Have the palms facing up. And now we're going to wrap the arms around the front of the body. You're giving yourself a big hug. Maybe hug a little bit tighter so that you'll feel the back broaden. And just take a few breaths here, breathing into any resistance you can feel. And then release the arms. So the arms just rest wherever they land at the sides. And then now letting the weight of the body release down into gravity. Resting into your bones. Soften the face, the eyes. Let the tongue rest down onto the floor of the mouth. If you have time, then stay a little longer. If it's time for you to move on into the rest of your day now, then just make some small movements with the fingers and the toes. And then roll over onto one side and take a little pause there. And bring yourself all the way up to seated. Let's bring the hands to rest at the heart in Namaskar Mudra. And just taking a couple of breaths in awareness before you move into your day, just taking a moment to be here with yourself. Perhaps now offering yourself some gratitude for this gift of yoga that you've given yourself today. Namaste.